Welcome to this tutorial on Twogere, the live meeting platform for face-to-face consultation with experts. I'm going to go straight to www.twogere.com, and this opens up the website. And as you can see, it's a minimal page basically that gives you straight away brief information on what Twogere is all about. So in a nutshell, if you need to consult, you can meet live experts. And the second concept is you can launch your virtual office if you need to reach further. So I'm going to scroll down here and see under this, you'll see the definition, and it will tell you that Twogere is a live meeting platform for face-to-face consultation with experts without the prior need to know either party's personal contact information. So the primary distinction between Twogere and any other consultation platform or face-to-face video platform or app like Facebook to WhatsApp is with Twogere. For me to have a face-to-face engagement with an expert, I don't need to know their personal contact information, and this is really key when we talk about Africa and every other country. Basically, one of the challenges that we are facing here is, in order for us for the ordinary people within the public to access critical services, it's really difficult because most of the other platforms are really geared towards personal the traditional social media geared towards personal and private conversations and communications. Really you're talking about family, your friends, that's really how these other platforms are really designed for communication. So that's a very big challenge here in Africa, and it's something that we're trying to overcome with this platform. So in essence, I want to have a meeting with a doctor. I don't need to know what their personal private number is, because even when you think about the expert on their side, the much as they would want to provide services to as many clients as they can, they are not going to keep sharing their personal contact information, and yet that's one of the most effective ways that you can actually engage in meaningful conversations with experts and meaningful interaction. So we're talking about not just the traditional experts, lawyers, doctors. There are a host of other fields. So we're going to get into that as we go through this platform. So as you scroll down to the bottom, you see on the left-hand corner two buttons that take you quick links to more information about Twogere. And the right-hand corner, you see the begin meeting button. So when you're more familiar with this platform and the concept behind it, this is what you're going to be clicking to take you right into your virtual meeting room, so you can begin your interactions. So I'm going to push the Learn More button right here, so we can get a bit more information on the target and the idea behind Twogere. So like we've said, it's a live. You can enter your free virtual room to consult live experts as a client from the comfort of your home. So wherever you are, you just log into your, just access the virtual meeting room. There's actually no logging in, and you're able to begin conversations with experts. And the second option is the second idea behind Twogere is launching a virtual office. So I can set up my virtual office. If you want to expand your business, you want to expand and your reach. This is a very interesting concept, very valuable, cutting down on operational costs within your office, or trying to reach out into new markets. You have different teams working remotely from different areas, and they can all be accessed under one. As a client, I come select your office, the name of your business, and I can see all your experts under one name, and depending on who is available, I can immediately engage in face-to-face conversations with them. So again, the idea behind Twogere is any expert field that you can think about. If you're looking at applications, access to justice, accessing lawyers, legal aid services, telehealth, the telemedicine, telepsychiatry. It's a powerful concept if looking at people under different social programs, healthcare providers. Through this platform, it's a very easy way that you can implement some of these projects and have people remotely access your providers without them having to share their personal contacts and much more. It's not just about that. You're talking about connecting business and traders, e-government representatives, think about the members of parliament, think about the high profile people who are not even just that. You can also talk about the service desks, but people who traditionally would be difficult to access because of the barrier of privacy. This is the idea, and one of the key driving points that Twogere tries to answer. So this is just a bit more information that you can read, and there's the quick start button. I'll take you through this as well. This gives you, once you're familiar with the concept behind Twogere, then this is basically a get started guide. What are the steps that I take once I'm inside the virtual meeting room. So you see up here to say, first enter your virtual meeting room by clicking the begin meeting button at the bottom of any page. So once you land into the virtual meeting room, and these are the basic steps that you take to consult an expert. They're just 2 steps, basically 2 or 3 steps, to join as an expert, to create a virtual office, to register an interview. So I want to carry out an interview. I have a job opening in my business, and I don't want to go through the hassle of running adverts, asking people to submit CVs and all that. I just want to have people come see the job opening, the interview that I've posted, and then I begin live interviews with them, get a feel, get a sense of who they are, and that face-to-face engagement is very, very powerful, can't be replaced, and it's really interesting. So I have an upcoming event I want to maybe it's a conference, it's a seminar, it's a workshop. We have a very easy provision, and I'm going to be showing you all that. And then basically to get online, if you're an expert, how to authenticate your room. So experts basically have to, there's an authentication step which I'll be taking you through, and the simple process of getting online. So this is basically what the quick start guide is, and this is a link to a video and any other video like this one. So we're gonna go straight to the virtual meeting room. You push that button, and very quickly this is the virtual meeting room. You land in, it's your first time to say welcome to your virtual meeting room, and then once the links load up, you're going to see a help, a link to the quick help. Then that's basically where we were earlier, and then to consult, you see click the main menu button. So once the site has loaded, you're going to see this main menu button at the bottom. So once you push this, then it's going to load the category menu, basically the different categories that are available right now. So these are the categorizations that we have. Quick links, basically easy access to services. So you look at education, you look at media, legal services, but the individual experts. So once I push this category, I'm able to see under individual experts what are the different categories that are available. So your carpenters, maybe graphic designers, and so these are just doctors, people who have, if you want to register as an individual expert, an agriculture consultant, an auditor, an accountant, an architect, you can come and create a profile under here. I'll be showing you that as well. So back to the main menu, I'm going to push it back. So under the virtual offices here, just to give you a sense of what the profiles look like, you're going to see now here it's showing 3 categories: architects, IT consultants, and law firms. There are many more categories that exist, as for example, like you saw under the individual experts. But what this does is it's going to show you only the categories that have companies registered under them, and I'll show you that as well. So if I go under IT consultants, I'm going to click the company, and then that goes ahead and pulls down the different profiles of the experts that you have under the company. So as we can see here, it just takes a few seconds to load up. So these we have about 5 profiles under the Twogere company. So this is the Twogere company, and you can see this is basically what the profiles look like. So the profiles are designed to give brief, just as little information as is required, just for somebody to understand what the role is. You can see Rachel here is an innovations engineer. You can see Alex is a lawyer, so you're going to see the name, and you're going to see the status. Is he online, is he offline? And you can see almost all the rest are offline apart from Rachel here. She's online, and that's the distinction. The button here shows the countdown timer, and this is basically counting down. She has about slightly over 2.5 hours online right now. So if I want to get into a meeting, this is the button that I'm going to be pushing. So again, like we said, if I go back to the quick guide, it's just going to tell you to consult an expert. Once the categories appear, to begin your meeting, simply click the button on the expert's profile. So that's just it. If I wanted to enter a meeting right now with Rachel, I'll just push this button and
please confirm to start the meeting.
yeah, so it's just going to ask me, would you like to begin the meeting? Once I push confirm, then the face-to-face
as you
consultation
wish
begins. So that's how easy it is for me to enter and begin a meeting with an expert. And you can see more information about the expert by clicking this, and you get to see that this is an innovations engineering department, and so all this information is basically what's filled in by the expert when they're creating their profile. You can see generally where they're located, and then what's important down here is the Twogere meeting time. So Rachel is available weekdays in the afternoon and mid-morning. So in case I wanted to see when is, for example, Priscilla here, when is she next going to be online, or when is she generally online, I can come and see weekdays, afternoon, evening. And what's important, later on I'll show you how easy it is to set the return time. So aside from saying that I'm available in the afternoon and evening on weekdays, I can actually specify when I'm next going to be available for a consultation. So this information can be set by the expert. Then we can see this bell here. I can set alerts and get notified basically when the expert is online. So as you've noticed, I just came directly into the virtual meeting room, so I'm an anonymous client. There's no logging in, there's nowhere that I signed up, nothing. And at the push of a button, I can begin a meeting with an expert. I can push a button, find an expert is offline, punch in an email, just to get notified when the expert is back, in case I want to consult with the expert. And what happens is when I set that notification, the expert is also notified that you have clients who would like to consult with you. So hopefully you can get back online as soon as possible. Once you get back online, then you get the notification. So right now, exactly, you can sit down here. This is my profile, and it's saying that Gilbert returns on Monday afternoon. So this is quite interesting. When I look here, again, you see that he's available weekday, Saturday, afternoon and night time, but he has specifically set and said on Monday afternoon is when he's going to be next online. So as an expert, you can set that. And also take note that there is a kind of lock here. This indicates that this expert profile has a pin, a lock behind it, so a password that for me to enter the meeting, I would need to know that password. So probably you as an expert, you can set, or an expert can set a pin on their profile at will, in case they want to have a specific maybe targeted meeting. You're expecting a specific client to come and talk to you. You can actually set a pin on your profile. It's very easy. I'll show you how to do that. So for Rachel, there is no lock icon, meaning the minute I push this, I can just confirm and enter the virtual meeting room. So if I cancel out of this and just head back to the site, I'm into the quick help. I want to show you some more options to join as an expert. It will tell you and to create basically there is a step, but remember to as an expert you need to authenticate your room. So I'm going to show you that right now. And if we go to the back to the side menu here, by the way, I push the side, I open the side menu. There's a button in the right hand corner. So when I open this, that opens the side menu. So under the side menu, there's the verify your room, and when I push that button, it brings out the mobile verification screen. So depending on the country that I'm in, I can select run through your country code here, or actually run a search. If I punch in, say, Kenya, so it will pull out my country code, and then I can select that and then punch in my mobile number. So this is for SMS verification. So I'm gonna just I'm gonna push. Let me just verify so that we can see what the options are. So I'm gonna punch in my number here, and when I click verify here, what it does, it sends me an SMS code. Okay, that's 8963. So thank you. And so
Would you like to stay logged into this computer?
okay, so if I click yes, now what that does is, if this is your personal device, either your personal computer, your mobile device, you can click yes, and that will basically ensure that you don't have to go through phone verification every time you enter the meeting room. In essence, once you come back into the meeting room, it will remember your who you are. So this is the get online button, and once as an expert I've logged in, I can, and that was basically what it takes for me to log in, is just really SMS verification to verify my identity. So once I'm authenticated, then I can actually push this green button to get online, and I can also now go ahead and create expert profiles. So before, unless you're authenticated, you're not going to be able to create different profiles. So if we go back to the quick help, you see that in order to join as an expert, or to create a virtual office, or to register, to create all these things, after authenticating the room, then all I do is click the menu button, open the menu, click the desired category, and then there'll be the add new button to create profiles and so on. So that's what I'm going to do. If, for example, you want to create, go to under the experts, and there's this add new profile. So once I click this, then the form is going to show up, and this form will only show up once my room is authenticated. So this is the basically minimal form that you fill in, that's used to populate your profile. So I select a category that I'm interested in. Maybe I want to register as an agriculture consultant or an architect. I punch in my name, my title, maybe the business I'm in, the department, a brief summary, and a general specific address that I want to put in. It could even be a website or a web link. And there's also the option here that I can use to set a meeting pin, as you saw, and it's option here, and then a provision to upload a photograph. And lastly, this is where you set the days that you're going to be available. Maybe I'm available weekdays, public holidays, then the general time in the afternoon, maybe nighttime after midnight if I want to talk to people meet people in a different time zone, display time, so this is how long you want your profile to be online, maybe a year. And once I click this, then that's, it's going to set up my profile. So that, it's going to be the same process if I want to click, say maybe I want to add a job interview. So I have a position available. I'm looking for anybody, maybe a data entry clerk or whatever. I'm going to push the new button here, so the form is going to come up. Then I choose the location, where I'm located, maybe in the region, it's international. I'm going to click the industry. I'm looking for an insurance agent, so the name of my business, the bit of the description of the job, the duration of the assignment, how many days, months, or whatever, the address, and then upload maybe my logo, something like that. Pick the days that I'm available for the online interviews, and then how long I want this to be displayed, this job opening to be displayed. So that's how simple it is to create a job interview. I'm going to show you just one more, or actually two more upcoming events. If I want to register a conference, it's the same thing. Whatever it is, I'll come here, then select the event, the location of the event. I'll select what it is. Is it a conference? Is it a deadline? Is it sort of a workshop? I'll select that category, the name of the event, the start date, the duration, a brief summary, maybe the address, and then the time. Now this is again the time that I'm available for meetings, and how long I want this event to be advertised. So maybe 3 months. Maybe I have it coming up in a month from now, and I want to conduct interviews and discuss with sponsors and whoever, anybody. So you see, the whole idea is I'm pushing out adverts, profiles, interviews, and at the end of the day, all a client needs to do is just come, look at the profile, look at what has been posted, see that I'm online, click the button, and then begin a meeting with me. So that's the key thing behind Twogere, and that we're talking about, the key advantage, attractive point behind Twogere. So if I go back to virtual offices here, how simple it is for you to create a virtual office. So you can see right now there are three sectors available. So if I come and click now for the virtual office, it's going to ask me first if I want to create a new virtual office or if I want to add staff profiles. So if I already have a virtual office available, then I can go ahead and add more staff profiles to the my virtual office. But just to create a new virtual office, it's going to ask you to fill in a unique business name. So if I punch in and say Twogere online, it's going to check and see if that name is available.
One moment.
And then it will realize now, Twogere is already, that business name is already registered. So once you fill in a unique, maybe, let me say, Apple and Apple Inc., probably that. And once I confirm.
One moment.
Then it's going to see that name is not taken, so it's going to now bring out the different categories that are available. So as you can see, there are many categories that are available, and maybe I'm into financial services. Once you select this, then finally you add staff profiles. So it's basically two steps. You select your name, then select the category, and after that you're able to enter the staff profile. So this is more or less the same. The only distinction here is, since I'm the one who's created the company, then I'm going to have to fill in the different staff members, the people who I want, because I'm in control. So I'll punch in the name, the title, the department, probably somebody's in, the mobile number. Now this is important. You need to, the profile you're punching in, you need to punch in the staff members' mobile number, because it is them who are going to be getting online, putting their profiles on and off. Even though you're the one who, as the business owner, you've logged and created the people who are under your company, they will be the ones getting online or offline, depending on the time that they have available to meet clients wherever they are around the world. So you also have to put in their staff, their working email. Now all this this personal information, the mobile and the email is used internally by Twogere, the Twogere platform, to send notifications and to avoid impersonation, help put your profiles online or offline. As simple as that. And then the profile display time, how long you'd want that stuff. Maybe it's a contractor that you're working with for a couple of months. You can put how long, and their profile is available. And then also just assign the days that they would be available on Twogere. So this is basically what it takes to create a virtual office, and that's very important. So once you create a virtual office, then your profiles will appear under the category that you've selected. So again, like our under IT consultants, for us, Twogere Care is under here, and you see that that's it, the company, and like we saw before, the different profiles. So I just want to go back to the profiles to show you the distinction between my profile now that I've logged in. Remember, when I came in, it was just showing profiles online or offline. Everybody was offline, but my profile down here now has some more options now that I've actually logged in. I've actually authenticated the room. So for example, my profile had a pin, so this now it shows the lock icon. I can unlock, I can remove that meeting pin by just clicking that,
as you wish.
So it clears the pin off my profile. So now anybody who clicks on my profile can now just be able to talk to me. And if I want to set the pin again, I can just click that and then set a new pin on my profile. Then again, it will give you, under the more information, you're going to see some extra options here. I can click here to delete my profile. I can extend the time that this profile should be available. Right now, maybe it's a year. When the time is running out, it will show you, because I'm seeing 365 days left. So once these days are ticking down, I can extend the time that this profile stays online by pushing that clock icon there. And then finally, there's the payments here. I can enable payments on my profile. So if I click this, it's going to ask me if I want to enable payment. So basically, this is now consultation fee. If I want to charge for consultation, I can set a fee here. So before clients, when they come on my profile, they'll see that, hey, that I charge maybe I charge consultation per time. So depending on how long, I mean, depending on the amount that I set, a client is going to now this is basically obviously targeting clients who will have to authenticate, because obviously an anonymous user is not going to be able to access that service. It's not, we'll need to authenticate the client, because once the client comes and clicks on your profile, we'll ask them, hey, we need to know who you are. Basically, the authentication is phone verification. They'll need to, in Africa typically we are using mobile money. So once you once they authenticate and they click on an expert who charges consultation, they'll be prompted to confirm if they're going to be if they accept to be billed, and for the session to be billed, and that's basically how it will go from the client's perspective. But for you as an expert, you can very easily set your fee from here. Okay, so I just wanted to finally mention that there are other options here for experts who have logged in. You can set the return time. This is when specifically, if you remember on the profile, I can set when I'm next going to be available. Okay, I'll say maybe I'm going to be available on Tuesday. So when I select this, or I can go on, I can just push on Wednesday, and then as it will after that ask me for the time, or I can come and select a date. So if it's beyond a week from today, I can push this to select a specific date when I'll be available. And once I select a day, then you ask me what general time, maybe in the afternoon, morning, maybe at midday. So Wednesday, if I click Wednesday afternoon, it's going to inform clients, put the time on my profile that I'll be back on Wednesday in the afternoon. Okay, so that's basically the brief that I wanted to go through, just to see if there are more options. I can also set the meeting time. This is also very important.
Please select how long you'd like client meetings to last.
Yes, so the default client meeting time is 8 minutes. So when a client comes and selects your profile and enters the virtual, the meeting, then the meeting is going to count down to 8 minutes. But if you want to have longer meetings, then you're going to have to come here and set the maximum client meeting time. So I can set it to as far as 2 hours, so that every session lasts 2 hours per client. And so depending on if you're conducting your training, we'll be extending it beyond 2 hours, but I just wanted you to know that. And by the way, when meetings are in session, there's another icon that shows up for you to extend meeting time. You can extend the time that if you're in course of a session, you can add more time to the meeting. Okay, so thank you. That's really what I wanted to cover for this session, and we look forward to having you on as providers